It appears Mavericks owner Mark Cuban may be getting ready to sell the majority ownership of his team.
In an unexpected move, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban has agreed to sell the majority of his stake in the team.
You know Mark Cuban as the billionaire owner of the Dallas Mavericks, but did you know that he just sold his majority stake in the team? Why would he do that? What is the real reason behind this shocking deal? Find out in this article. You won't believe what we've discovered. Mark Cuban is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, a professional basketball team in the NBA. He bought the team in 2000 for $285 million and has been one of the most successful and influential owners in the league. He is also known for his outspoken personality and his involvement in various business ventures. However, on November 29, 2023, Cuban surprised many people by selling his majority stake in the Mavericks to Miriam Alderson, a billionaire heiress who owns Las Vegas Sands, a casino and resort company. Cuban will still own the shares in the team and have a full control of basketball operations. The deal is worth $3.5 billion and has not been approved by the NBA yet. Many people were curious about why Cuban would sell his team. He had just stepped down from Shark Tank, where he invested over $60 million in more than 200 businesses over 15 years. People were wondering if he was running for president, if he had lost faith in NBA's future, or if he needed money for other investments. But it seems like there is another reason behind this deal. It could be related to the Alderson's family's influence on gambling laws in Texas. They have been trying to pass a bill that would legalize casino gambling in Texas for years. If they succeed, they could use their stake in the Mavericks to promote their business and expand their market. This could also affect other sports teams in Texas or elsewhere. This is what people think, but we don't know for sure yet. Cuban has not clearly explained his reasons for selling his team. He has only said that he wanted to focus on his other businesses and passions and that he wanted to partner with Adelson to build a new arena and resort complex in downtown Dallas. But this plan depends on many factors, such as whether Texas legalizes gambling or not, whether there is enough demand for such a project or not, whether there is an environmental or legal issues involved or not, etc. Mark Cuban became the owner of the Dallas Mavericks in 2000 when he paid $285 million for most of the NBA team. The Mavericks were not a good team then. They had only won 40% of their games in the previous 20 years and had a poor record in the playoffs, 21-32. Cuban decided to make some changes right away. He stopped the cheap practices that hurt the team for a long time. He renovated the locker room and booked 5-star hotels for the team when they traveled. He also gave food to the players and their families after every game and practice, and he bought a 757 jet for them to fly in. Cuban also spent money on advanced analytics to help with scouting, and he hired more coaches so that each player had their coach. But Cuban's biggest contribution was to the fans. Unlike other rich owners who stayed in luxury boxes and entertained guests, Cuban was very involved in the games. He would shoot some baskets before the games and shout at referees from his seat near the court. He also flew with the team to almost every away game on his private jet, and he shared his email with the fans, often replying to their suggestions on how to make the games better. This made the Dallas Mavericks one of the most popular teams in the NBA in the last 20 years. They went from having average attendance to having the most fans in the league this season. Why did Mark Cuban decide to sell his majority stake? There are several possible reasons for this move, but here are some of the main ones. Personal reasons. Cuban has said that he wanted to focus on his other businesses and passions such as technology, media, entertainment, and philanthropy. He also said that he wanted to spend more time with his family and enjoy life more. He may have felt that owning a sports team was too stressful and demanding for him. Financial reasons. Cuban has also said that he wanted to diversify his portfolio and invest in other opportunities that could generate more returns. He may have seen an opportunity to sell his stake at a high price when the market was favorable. He may have also wanted to reduce his financial risk by selling part of his ownership. Strategic reasons. Cuban has also hinted that he had a vision for the future of the Mavericks and Dallas as a whole. He said that he wanted to build a new arena that would be part of a resort and casino complex in downtown Dallas. He also said that he wanted to partner with Las Vegas Sands to make this happen. However, this plan depends on several factors, such as whether Texas legalized gambling or not, whether there is enough demand for such a project or not, whether there are any environmental or legal issues involved or not, etc. What does this mean for the Mavericks and their fans? The sale of Cuban's majority stake could have both positive and negative effects on the team and its supporters. On one hand, it could mean that the Mavericks have more resources and stability to improve their performances on the court. They will be able to hire better coaches, players, staff, etc. The Mavericks will have more flexibility and freedom to make decisions about their future direction. They will be able to explore new markets, partnerships, opportunities, etc., and will have more exposure and popularity among fans around the world. They will be able to attract more sponsors, advertisers, media outlets, etc. But there will be some drawbacks. The Mavericks will lose some of their identity and culture as an independent franchise. Their owners' interests and agendas will influence them. They will face more competition and pressure from the teams in their league or elsewhere. They will have to deal with higher expectations from fans or critics. The Mavericks will face some uncertainty and instability about their location or status. They may move to Las Vegas or another city if they find a suitable deal or partner. Mark Cuban's decision to sell his majority stake in the Mavericks was unexpected but understandable given his reasons for doing so. It could have both positive and negative consequences for the team and its fans, depending on how it plays out in reality. When we look into Mark Cuban's life, he's a very successful and famous person. He is a billionaire businessman, film producer, investor, and television personality. He is the owner of the Dallas Mavericks, a basketball team in the NBA. He is also one of the main sharks on Shark Tank, a show where he helps people start their businesses. Mark Cuban was born in 1958 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He started his first business when he was 12 years old. He sold garbage bags to buy sneakers. He also sold food stamps and coins when he was younger. When he was 16 years old, he ran newspapers from Cleveland to Pittsburgh during a strike. Mark Cuban went to college at the University of Pittsburgh and then Indiana University. He graduated from Indiana University in 1981 with a degree in management. He moved to Texas and started his own consulting business called Micro Solutions. He sold it to CompuServe for $6 million. In 1995, Mark Cuban co-founded Broadcast.com, an internet service that streamed audio and video. He sold it to Yahoo for nearly $6 billion in 1999. Mark Cuban has invested in many different businesses and industries. Some of his investments included MySpace, StumbleUpon, iRazoo, WebTV, Maker Studios, and many more. And he is also very involved in sports and entertainment. He bought the Dallas Mavericks in 2000 for $285 million. He won the NBA championship with them in 2011. He also owns a stake in the Las Vegas Sands Casino Company. He is known for his outspoken personality and his involvement in various causes and issues. He supports education reform, gun rights, immigration reform, healthcare reform, and more. When talking about the Dallas Mavericks, it is a basketball team that plays in the NBA. They're based in Dallas, Texas. They have one star player named Luka Doncic, who is from Slovenia. He's very good at scoring and passing the ball. The Mavericks have a loyal fan base that supports them when they are not doing well. They have sold out every game since 2001, which is a record for any sports team in North America. Mark Cuban has just sold his majority stake in the Dallas Mavericks to a casino mogul. But there is more to the story that meets the eye. What is the secret plan for Cuban and his new partner? Comment your thoughts on this, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.